Hi, so I was able to do the awareness inventory January 30. As you can see, I don't really have a lot of answers here. There's some here. Let me see there. And the back page I wasn't able to. I tried with two different kids, a boy and a girl, Daxton and Kalani. So the subdomain therein is their attending and understanding. They do attend to communication and language from others, but I don't know what happened with this assignment. They were excited in the beginning when I asked them, do you want to help me with my homework? Can you help me? And they seemed excited about it, but once I started reading this off, they looked confused. There were moments where they were laughing because when I had to, there was a section, level 2, I'll say a word, then you repeat it slowly. The boy Daxton, he was able to get all of these. He couldn't stop laughing with the way I was saying it, but he got all of them. The oral synthesis, when I said, listen and tell me the word I said, and I had to say each sound slowly, he could not stop laughing at all. I don't know, maybe it's because of the way I sounded or the way I was saying it, but he for some reason he couldn't stop laughing. For level 3, when I said, do you hear the B sound at the beginning, middle, or end? Daxton, he wasn't able to tell me where he hears the sound, but he would just look at the word and he will point where he saw the B. So when I said big and I said, where do you hear the sound? He said, yeah. And I said, where? Beginning, middle, or end? And he would look at the word and he said, here, it's right there. So with big, he would just point to the beginning of the word, which is obviously the first letter in the word. Kalani, for level 1, whole word discrimination, when I asked, are these words the same? I noticed she was saying yes, a lot, like fat, bat, dip, hit, man. Like, are they the same? I was like, are they the same? And she kept saying yes, but I think she was mostly distracted. She wanted to play with her friends, which I understood. So when I saw she was mostly distracted, I was like, let me try just one more time. So with the rhyming words, I asked her, I was like, do these words rhyme? Happy, sappy, sad, mad, boy, toy, son, fun. She was able to say yes. Now, with girl, boy, play game, at first she said yes. Then she got distracted. So I moved on to the other child, which was Daxton, when I wanted to do rhyming words. What word rhymes with, like, man, son? Oh, like, it, he wasn't able to give me the words no matter how many times I asked. For the syllables also, I wasn't able to get anything. But yeah, the boy Daxton, he was laughing a lot when we got to the blending speech sounds, oral synthesis. I don't know, maybe it's the way I was saying it. Maybe that's why he was laughing. I think it was tricky for them for some reason. These kids are 3. there'll be 4 this year. So I don't know. Maybe because it was their first time. I don't know. Maybe they were distracted. They wanted to play with their friends. But I've never done an assessment like this. Like, it never occurred to me, like, to do something like this with my students. Um, it's funny because when I read a story, a book, and it has rhymes, they pick it up fast. But when I was like doing this, I don't know, for some reason it just didn't click. Maybe, like I said, maybe because they were distracted, or they wanted to be with their friends. They were excited in the beginning, but when they saw like the 3 pages and the words, that's when I think they backed away, and they were like, I don't think I want to do this anymore. So but Daxton in level 3, do you hear the B sound? He got excited to do that part for some reason. So every time I said banana, crib, I said, where do you hear it? He would just point to where it is. He would just show me where the B was. So when I would say banana, I would say, is the B in the beginning, middle, or end? And he would look and he would point and he would say here. So he would point to the beginning of the word. I don't know if that counts or not, but I definitely I struggled a little bit with this one. It wasn't like with the last assessment. I don't know if I would do this one again. I don't know if I would do it with my kids. They're 3 years old, and they don't even realize that when they're talking, they're saying rhyming words. They don't even realize it. So I think it's time maybe we step into that situation, see if we can work on it and work on our syllable counting.